Owen Abbas here from Pro Boxing Fans here with a very sun-tanned Francis Warren. Francis, how you doing, mate? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, mate. How you been?
All good, all good. Enjoying the sun. We're here at the new Peacock Gym, which is absolutely fantastic. Nice
facility. Absolutely stunning facility. What a setting. It's amazing. Lovely place.
Let's talk about why we're here. Well, we were going to be here for Sonny Edwards. Unfortunately, the news broke out yesterday that he's no longer fighting. It seems like the Saturday card's been pulled off now. Because of that, just talk to me about how disappointing it is as a promoter, as somebody who has to deal with this, every few months. How disappointing is it for yourself?
Of course, it's disappointing. It's obviously very disappointing for the fighters themselves that have trained very hard. It's disappointing for Sonny and his world title defence. It's disappointing for the fans, disappointing for us and TV takers. But it's part of boxing. It's what it is. We've done our best to try and get as many people work as possible. The guys who have to come off the Saturday show, we've found a solution to get as many guys as work as possible on Friday as well. A couple of them going out next week also. So, yeah, of course it's disappointing, but it is what it is.
I know it's really early because it's just broke out yesterday, but have you got a proposed date? Have you got some sort of date in your head for something?
Not yet.
At the moment. So you're saying that you're going to push a few fighters on the Friday show, or maybe possibly on next week. We've obviously got a few names there, Denzel and Callum Johnson. Do we know when they'll be out?
Well, it's a prospect show, isn't it, on Friday? So Denzel and Callum, they're not prospects, so unfortunately they won't be involved Friday. Mark Chamberlain will move to Friday. Callum Thompson will move to Friday. He was already on Friday. To be honest, we're just getting everything confirmed at the moment. It's not been long that been trying to get this sorted. So we're just trying to make the best of the situation. Most importantly, all the guys get work. The last 18 months has been a pain in the arse for everybody with COVID. We're obviously getting fans back in now, and then this happens. So the most important thing for me is to try and get as many of the guys work as possible. Make sure they get out. Make sure their training camps haven't gone to waste. We've got a small show next week, which was just going to be a bit of an under the radar charity show in aid of Deborah, but 3 of the guys will move on to there next week, and we're just confirming who they'll be. Probably Charles Frankham, probably Adam Mohammed, and probably Junaid Boston, but we're just still confirming that. So out of the if you take the title fights out of it, obviously Louis staying on there on Friday. But the 2-3 other title fights that were on there, or 10 rounders that were on there, if you take them out, there's 17 fights. We've managed to keep 14 of them busy. So we're not done too bad, and the other guys will be rescheduled over the next month or so.
Just moving away from this and looking at sort of the boxing news, and especially someone like Callum Johnson, there's news coming out that the Anthony or Lyndon North fight, the talks are sort of not happening. There's not much going on with that at the moment. What can you tell us about that? Is that fight still going to happen? What stage are we at?
Contracts are lodged with the board, and that's what it is. It's the same thing as a couple of weeks ago in Birmingham. The same stance we've had the whole way through. But it's a contracted rematch.
How much is it then that you've got someone like Callum Johnson in your stable as well, that worst comes to worst, if this fight can't be negotiated for whatever reason at this present time, that maybe you can possibly get that big fight that people do want to see. People want to see Callum Johnson.
Callum Johnson fight everybody. But Callum certainly isn't a replacement. Callum's a world-ranked fighter in his own right, and it's not about finding replacements or anything or backups. That's Arthur and Yard's the fight that we want to do, and it's contracted, and Callum Johnson's on his own route. I'm sure the guys' paths will cross at some point.
So I want to move away from this whole situation at this present time. Just talk about boxing in general. First of all, we see we see the return. It seems like we're going back to the 90s. We see the return of Evander Holyfield, Oscar De La Hoya, even Donald Trump seems to be commentating on these fights.
I think that's great. that is a good bit. Whatever your feelings on Donald Trump, he will get you a headline. I think CBS News is. Morning politics show has reduced in viewers by 50% since Donald Trump left office. Now, they're not political fans. They're not people following the day-to-day aspects of life in the US Senate and and has a Congress. They're people who are fans of Donald Trump. So Triller getting him to commentate on a fight, that's a great move. Well done. I'll tune in just to listen to him. I mean, whatever you think about the guy, he's controversial, and as we know, controversy sells.
Well, what do you make of the whole situation? We see a lot of fighters come back. We saw Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Evander Holyfield, now Oscar De La Hoya as well. What are you making of this?
Well, they're not professional fights, are they? I mean, those guys are legends. I'm not. Who am I to say, comment and say anything negative about them? If they want to have a fight, go for it. I don't think anyone could tell Mike Tyson or De La Hoya you're not good enough to go and or you're not within your rights to go and do what you want to do. If there's people who are going to pay for it because people are going to watch it, go for it.
We saw with the whole Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley, which is a different type of fight. One's a YouTuber, one's a former MMA fighter. That it does views. Do you see that nowadays? Things are evolving.
It's a different situation, isn't it? To you've asked me about De La Hoya and Tyson. I don't think you can jump straight. I understand why you're asking it, because it's that. It's not a similar viewer, but it's a similar reach. It's a similar sort of USP in that you've got a guy who's got millions and millions and millions of followers in Jake Paul, not risking very much to fight someone like Woodley, but he does very well at dangling the carrots of Canelos and Tommy Furies and all the rest of it. But you've got to look at that hit list he put out. I mean, it's such a mishmash of different people. He's just doing it, he's crossing Tyron Woodley's name off, and then Canelo's two down. It's like, but whatever he's doing, I can't knock it because he's getting numbers. My personal feelings on it are a total. I mean, it is what it is. We all know what it is. He's selling out stadiums, and people are buying it, and people are watching it. So, would I? You watched it.
But no, it's true. But the only reason why I'm asking you that is Tommy Fury fought on the same card. They had that face to face.
It wouldn't last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last 2 minutes. We all know that Tommy Fury is a different level to Jake Paul, and the fact of the matter is it wouldn't last 2 minutes. And I think but it's a great build-up. It's going to be fun. Jake Paul might surprise everybody. Maybe he's hiding secret skills no one knows he's got, but who knows? But my gut feeling on that is it wouldn't last 2 minutes. I think Tommy would finish that when he wants to finish it.
Let's talk about.
Don't tell Jake Paul that, because otherwise he might not take it.
Let's talk about the heavyweights. Deontay Wilder's been busy on social media putting out videos about his training. Looks mentally focused for the fight with Tyson Fury. Well, what do you make of his social media videos and the things that he's putting up recently?
Deontay's Deontay, isn't it? He's a bit of a rule unto himself. Seems very comfortable in his own skin, and that's the best place you can be as a person, isn't it? So let him crack on, let him get on with it. Listen, Deontay Wilder gives everyone a tough fight. Tyson Fury did what he did with him last time, because I just think he just done him weeks before the actual fight. Done him, mentally. I don't think there'll be as many press conferences this time. I think Tyson's by far and away the best heavyweight on the planet.
How is he at the moment? Have you guys spoken to him? I know your dad probably keeps in touch with him quite a bit.
Him and my dad keep in very regular contact, and I think everyone's in a good place with it, and I'm looking forward to it.
I just want to pick your brain quickly on the last topic that I want to talk to you about. Oscar Valdez, world champion, obviously, failed a drug test for a substance that is banned, but is still fighting. What do you make of this whole situation? I spoke to Denzel about it briefly just a couple of minutes ago, and he just said, you know what, his words were, it's shit, really. But what do you make of it?
I wouldn't let my guy fight him. If I managed to fight, I wouldn't let him fight. No way. Not happening. It should be a level playing field. Everyone's got a set of rules that they adhere to. And if, for whatever reason, I just can't see a way around it. There's no explanation for it, and not that quickly either. I mean, there's been occasions, obviously, when fighters have something, an adverse finding has cropped up, but it's been proven as to where it's come from. But just to say it's a herbal tea and the turnaround within 24 hours, it's just bullshit. I just don't. I wouldn't let my guy do it. I wouldn't let my guy fight him. And I think that's the only. I mean, I don't want to say anything that's legally imposing, but I wouldn't let my guy fight him. And I think that probably sums up where my stance on that is. It's not a level playing field. There's a set of rules. It's like putting, going on a football pitch and the goalkeeper's a robot. It's not level, is it?
Why is there so many anomalies in boxing, especially in regards to the drug side? You see somebody, and I mentioned it to Denzel, like Liam Cameron took cocaine, tested positive, got a 4-year ban. Well, 2 years appealed it, I think, and then got a 4-year ban. But then you get other people who get 6 months for something that's a performance-enhancing drug, and some people don't get away with it.
Looked into, and it's something that obviously is a bit of a. It's something that I think needs to be looked at and really nailed down. It's the same rules across the board. And I think athletics, it's like 2 strikes and you're out, isn't it? Is that right? You're done. Life ban, boom, gone. So,
is it the case that money talks?
no, I don't think it's that. Because you got guys. It's not. I think it's probably easier to dismiss some people than it is others, which I don't think is right. Listen, you asked me about what's gone on in the last couple of weeks, and I would stand by what I just said about I wouldn't put my guy in competition with someone who's failed a test.
Cool.
I don't think I can say much more than that, apart from you want a level playing field. You want everyone to be in with the same. You're not. Everyone's got the same amount. It's the same amount of rounds to go and win a fight. Everyone's got the same. Your gloves are checked, and your blood. And if someone's found to put something in their gloves, they're immediately disqualified. Look at Margarito, for example. Is this any different? It's a cheat. It's cheat. And unless something can be actually proven as to why there's an adverse reaction to a test, A's and B samples and all the rest of it, at the end of the day, if it can be proven it was a genuine error, then. But that takes time. It certainly doesn't take 48 hours. So I think this one last week was a real one that really made me think, well, this is not right.
Cool. Francis, I'm going to leave you to it. I know you've got a few things to sort out in this.
Time really. It's looking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Actually, quickly, just the prospects that you've got in the stable. You've got a vast, even Callum Thompson, part of Team GB. What do you make of all the young prospects that you've got that hopefully going to come through and make world champions from?
I think I think in terms of prospects that we've got coming through, that probably 10 fights and under. I don't think anyone touches us. Carroll, Sam Noakes, Henry Turner, just to name a few of the Frankhams. All these guys are absolutely. Dennis McCann, absolutely phenomenal young talent, and I'm very excited for the future for these guys. They all live and breathe it, and it's a new generation of fighter as well. I think that that's all they do. It's just non-stop focus. It's all they do, all day, every day. We're in Carroll, so what have you been up to? Goes, gym. All right. Been to pictures? No, mate. What have you been up to? New car? No. Just gym. So, it's a very exciting time. I'm very excited for the guys.
Cool. Actually, just the last one. Need to pick your brain on Anthony Joshua fighting Alexander-Usyk. What do you make of that fight? We know Usyk's done what he's done.
Tough fight. I like Anthony, and I like watching him fight, and I love what he does for the sport. But Usyk's going to. I think it's just all wrong. It's all wrong. I really hope Anthony Joshua comes through unscathed and can fight again quickly, because we know what fight we all want to see. I just hope Usyk isn't a banana skin, but he's very, very good, Usyk, and he's very, very slick, and he's very, very clever. Who knows? That's why we love boxing. You can never look past the guy who you're seeing that weekend, or you're training for, and you see how many times have you seen fighters say, "Oh, can't wait to get it on with X, Y, and Z next year, but I've got to get past this guy," and it's something it goes wrong. And I think Anthony's far too experienced and to be looking at anything other than Usyk. So hopefully he comes through it. And I fancy him to come through it, but I think it's going to be a very, very tough night's work for him.
Cool. Francis, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that as always. Thank you very much.